I was planning on going to. No.
I'm recording. There you go. Go ahead.
All right. Good evening. This is Shauna Scanlon. I am the new VP for the Sunland Tahunga Neighborhood Council for Outreach. And I'd like to call to order our meeting tonight. It's the special joint board and outreach committee meeting. It is Thursday, November 17th, 7 o'clock. I'd like to welcome all of you that are here and find out who's going to be taking notes tonight. Does anyone want to offer, or does someone normally take the notes?
I typically do, Shauna. Karen.
Oh, Karen. Okay, Karen. So you don't mind doing that tonight?
No problem.
Great. Thank you. All right. I don't have any comments off the top of my head, but we can approve the meeting, the minutes from September 2022, 2 months ago.
Shauna, did you take roll yet? Sorry, I just got here.
Oh, I didn't. So we should do that, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I could, you want me to do it or Carol?
Either one.
No, I'm not on this committee. I'm here as a guest. So
Okay.
I would
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Carol.
I think I know who the 6 members are, so we'll just go through the list. Okay.
Great.
Shauna Scanlon,
Here.
Karen Moran,
Here.
Belinda Woodruff. I thought I saw her. Is she
I see
there?
her name.
Belinda Woodruff, are you here? Well, I'll do me next. Cheryl Schmidt is here, Lenny Freeman. And then, so he's not here, and Claire Gordon. Those should be our 6 members. So Shauna, Claire, and me. Belinda, I mean, if Belinda's here, then we have quorum, but she didn't say here yet. Belinda?
How many do you need for your quorum?
Well, since there's 6 of us, I think we have to have 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 without Belinda. You have 4. Is Sherry? Or
No, Sherry's not on the
Sherry's not?
board yet.
Oh. Does anybody have Belinda's phone number? I can see if I can. She must, maybe she went to the restroom or something. Let me give her I'm going to mute myself. You guys. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of her.
Okay, thank you. So
Yeah,
are we just
I think we have to pause because we can't talk about the agenda until we have quorum.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So I see on my end, there's 7 participants.
So Cindy and Carol,
They're not part of the outreach.
yeah, and Sherry are not.
Don't count. Okay.
I did remind Lenny, but I don't know if he got my text message.
So Lenny and Claire are not here right now.
Yeah, I don't see them.
Okay, and we're not, and Belinda should be, but are the minutes we're approving, are they the ones that I just sent out? And I sent out last week?
Yeah, from September.
Okay.
Yeah, that was even on the calendar, so it was posted for everybody to see.
Okay, thank you. 222022.
So I just talked to Belinda, and I don't know if you've noticed, but she's been flashed. She flashed her hand a couple times up there. And it's because she says she's having trouble speaking. I don't know what the exact problem is. But she says she can hear you just fine.
Interesting. So she
So
has,
Belinda could, yeah, just try raising your hand again so we know you're here.
I see the hand went up.
See, it just kind of goes and leaves.
Yeah, I
I-
see that.
Yeah, so.
So her raising her hand, does that count as here?
I don't know, Sheriff Cindy, what do you think?
Yes, because I can hear her a little bit in the background. She's trying. Okay. So yeah, go ahead. She's here, and as long as she can hear in the meeting, and then when you call for any votes, do the raise hand. And Sherry's raised her hand.
okay, okay, good. All right. So did everyone read the minutes that were sent to us? It was the September 2022 meeting. We need to approve those minutes.
I'm fine with them.
Okay, we don't vote on it, right? We just approve,
We have to
Usually
vote on it.
you have to vote on them. Usually somebody makes a motion to approve the minutes. And then somebody else seconds the motion, and then you can have discussion. You know, board comments, any public comments, and then you could, when there's nothing else, then you can accept them.
okay.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes.
Can I
I'll
second?
it.
Okay. Does anyone have any comments or questions or thoughts on the minutes from September?
They look fine to me.
They looked fine to me.
Good job, Karen Moran.
Take a vote.
Okay, let's take a vote.
Shauna,
Yes, I approve.
Karen Moran,
Yes.
Cheryl, yes. And Belinda, let's see if her hand is raised.
There it went.
I saw it for a split second. Okay, good enough.
That's funny.
Just can't always count on technology. All right, so we're going to move on to making it, oh, no, I'm sorry. Here we are. Assign minute taker, we already have. Thank you, Karen. Number 4, discussion or action, upcoming outreach events, volunteers needed to staff STNC outreach booths. So there is an event at McGuarty Arts Center, December 3rd and 4th. I am available December 4th to man one of the booths for the outreach committee.
And I can help you with that, Shauna. I can't do Saturday, but I could do Sunday in the afternoon.
Same
I guess
here.
it goes till 4.
So you are available the last 2 hours of that time period?
Yeah, I mean, I could try to get there earlier, but for sure by 2 p.m. I could be there. So I could be there. I feel like 2 hours is good.
Yes, that's good. I be there at noon, from noon to 4, but I'm not sure if we're needed, or if we're going to be, are we going to be having those booths for both days? December
If we
3rd and
can
4th?
get people, if Karen or Belinda or really, I guess any board member could man the booth if they really wanted to go December 3rd.
I've got my hand raised. Yeah, we could put a message out to the board to ask if anybody would be available to help man a booth. So I'll talk to Lydia about sending out an email to the rest of the board.
Great, thank you, Carol.
So, but put me down for sure the 2 to 4 p.m. I can do that. And I feel like that's enough. And if somebody's going to go before me, I can help them go to the storage unit to know what items to grab.
Okay. All right, because I may be able to do 4 hours from noon to 4. So you and I could maybe go to the storage unit together.
But we'll need Lenny because I think he has the key. I always forget who has the second storage key. Does anybody know?
I think Cindy has it at her office.
Really? I'll have to double check that one.
I think
Um,
so. It's either you or Lydia.
It's probably Lydia has it.
Okay.
She can leave it here so people can pick it up, but I don't know that I have it right now.
Okay, yeah, it's probably somewhere in your office. Who knows? I don't think
Well-
anybody's needed it, so.
Well, I have a key, I have a, racks with keys, so if
okay.
it's here, then it would be hanging here. So, and I don't see it. But that doesn't mean it, I'll check. We'll double check.
Okay.
Okay.
And an FYI, the last time they did this was the last one. I was on the old board and Liliana Sanchez and I did it both days, all day. And it was cold and wet and rainy. It was so much fun.
What are the hours? It's the 3rd is a Saturday, the 4th is a Sunday. What are the total hours? When's it start and when's it end?
You know, I think it's something like 10 to 5 or 6 or something.
I have the flyer in front of me. Okay, so December 3rd, which is a Saturday, it's 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And December 4th, which is Sunday, is 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay.
And it says local artisan vendors, live music, McGroarty student sale, bake sale, handmade ceramic bowls, pictures with Santa on Sunday. And they did get our logo on the flyer, by the way.
Oh, cool. Yeah, they know they have to do that. They're supposed to have the STNC's advertising on all their stuff. So,
Yeah, because I was there today. Well, I was at McGroarty Park, so there's a thing where you could grab the flyer off of their fence. So actually,
How
Shauna was there too. So we both grabbed a flyer.
Can I ask how many people you would hope that would be there at any one time during those hours?
I think the more hours we can be there, the better. But like I
No, I
said,
mean, like, should there be
else.
2 people there? Should there be 3 people there?
It's always better than you have each other to keep company while you're hanging around. Because
Yeah, I'm
people kind of wander by and want to chit chat or something, but then there are times when people don't want to wander by and chit chat. So you're just sitting there. So
yeah, I'm trying to figure out, do we have a list? Because I could certainly help out, but I'd like to know when I'm needed, how I can backfill. So if we have a list, that would be good of who does what.
okay, we'll work on it. I will try and get back to you guys. I know we need to by the 3rd, just to see if we can fill the slots. So.
I
okay.
have a question or idea. I know we're not really supposed to talk about coffee and tea yet, but because we might not be able to do it every month because of just so many activities going on, like, can we get coffee there and have it so if people come up to our outreach table, it's like, here, have a cup of coffee, and it might draw them to our table more too?
Well, yeah, that would be, but I'd check with McGroarty first because they may be selling coffee. So, and I always hate to interfere with their fundraising.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, they have a bake sale, but yeah, I wonder if they have coffee. Okay. So you
I'll-
want me to call them and see if they're doing a coffee thing or if they would like us to bring complimentary coffee? Should I call them and find out?
I would call them and find out, but I wouldn't offer coffee just yet. It might
Okay.
cost more than we have in our budget.
Well, no, we only can do $50.
Well, we changed it, the last vote. I don't know if you guys remember, but we needed a revote on it because when the budget year changes, we have to revote all the stuff that we voted on before. So for some reason, I think we asked for $500 to last like $50 for the next 10 months. But the budget committee only voted for $200, but it doesn't say you're only allowed $50 a month. It's just $200. But, so. But I think first thing would be to
Sorry.
find out is if they're gonna be selling coffee.
I mean, I don't mind calling them and finding out. So
Yeah.
then what do I do if I find out they aren't going to have coffee? Then what do you
Oh
want
my
me?
gosh. I'm not sure, because I don't know if this committee has to vote to supply coffee.
What about hot
Cindy? Where's Cindy?
You have, yeah, you do, you should. You have a raised hand in the audience.
Oh, I don't see it.
I think it's Belinda.
Oh, okay. Belinda's got her hand raised. I don't see it on my phone.
Oh, no. And
Belinda's
Oh.
over there. Let me try to move her over.
Eight.
Okay. So the call-in that as their hand raised, ending in 129, you can go ahead. Hi.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hi,
Yeah.
it's Sandy. I just wanted to let you know I logged in.
Oh, good.
oh, good, yeah.
Sandy. Okay, great.
I asked Sandy to come to the meeting because she's part of the Making It Happen event. So I asked
Oh,
her to come and
good.
talk to you about it. So when we finish up with this McGroarty event, then we'll move on to Making It Happen event. So,
Just to let you know, guys, I'm now on my phone, so you hopefully can hear me.
Yay.
hey,
You don't know how painful it is to be unheard.
okay.
And we want to hear you too. So perfect.
So, I mean, Cindy, should they make a motion to spend up to $50 on coffee if?
Well, you've already approved all of the coffee. It's just that you're going to be using coffee at this event. So, for me, I would double check it with Lydia, but I don't see why it's a problem. But I do think you might be conflicting with McGroarty. As I recall at their events, they have like a table of that kind of stuff. Do they sell it? I don't know. So
I don't mind calling them and finding out.
yeah, I think you
Yeah,
should.
the flyer doesn't indicate. Yeah, it just says local artists and vendors, live music, student
Oh, yeah.
sale and bake sale. Yeah.
Yeah, so just call and check with
Okay.
them, and if they aren't selling coffee, well then, ta-da. And I'll tell you how to go about making arrangements to buy coffee to bring up there, because there's a whole process too, to go through if you just say buy coffee from Yum Yum or Starbucks or something. There's another little process. So
So
hopefully we'll
I
see.
would just connect with you, Carol,
Yeah,
because you're the one who has the credit card anyways.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, let's move on to B, which is Making It Happen Holiday Backpack Events. Do we have a date for that?
well, that's Sandy. Why don't you let Sandy tell you about it?
Sandy?
Hi, okay. Am I unmuted?
Yes, you are. No, you just muted yourself somehow. There you go. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm unmuted now.
Yes.
Oh,
I kept muting myself. Okay, so with the backpack issue is that at the beginning of the year, the principal, we get all this information from the schools, the PTA and the principals. So they didn't have that information for that, but we just got in all the schools up here for our holiday Christmas thing. We have over 120 children that we have to shop for. So I went through all their lists because they provide us with lists of their needs. And only 2 on there had requested that they needed a backpack. So how that works is obviously, and I'm the treasurer for Making It Happen. So the money that the STNC gave is specific just to the backpacks only. So in talking to 2 of the principals, they had kind of suggested that maybe when the kids go back in school in January, that they would have a better idea on who needs school supplies and backpacks. So that money's earmarked for that. So I don't know if you guys want to either wait until then, because to purchase 2 backpacks right now probably wouldn't work.
So are you looking at just canceling the event?
The backpack event?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, unless you guys, I mean, we had offered that, we could take the money and go purchase all the backpacks, and then you could have them at a table, at the event. You know, with like an STNC like tag on it, or, you know, provided by the STNC. But again, our event is December 3rd, so it's kind of getting close. So I don't know. I mean, if you guys have volunteers that would, from the STNC that would work the table.
Wow, that
This
could,
is Cheryl. I thought when we voted on the motion, it was $1,500, right? And I
Yes.
thought it was backpacks and overflow would go to the Christmas party. I thought that was in the language.
I don't think, you know, because for conflict of interest reasons, I didn't go to, I recused, so I didn't hear any
so
of
we
that.
need, so can somebody pull that up quickly, Cindy, or I forget what month we voted on that.
yeah, but in any
yeah,
case, December 3rd is the same as McGroarty, so I don't know if it's the same hours, but are you saying that the December, your holiday party for making it happen is December 3rd? And if so, what
It is New Hope
time?
Church from 6 to 9,
Oh,
so
so
it
it's
does
later,
conflict.
so it doesn't conflict.
Oh,
so
it
I mean,
doesn't?
if we
Okay,
could get,
I didn't know.
yeah,
So so are you going to be giving backpacks on December 3rd?
Well,
No.
we are giving away our, to our families. Each school gave us 10 children or 10 families that, are, you know, that need essentials, clothing and whatnot. So we're shopping for them separately, but the 1,500 is for the backpacks. Wasn't sure if you guys wanted to do that event there, and like I said, have the backpacks on a STNC table to give to kids that need them. But again, on the sheets that I got of the needs, only 2 kids had requested a backpack.
yeah.
This is Karen, I've got the minutes from August the 18th. And Cheryl, you're right on. It says residual money, if any, for Christmas event, $1,500 for back to school backpacks. And then it says motion has already passed up to treasurer to fund it now. Items we have now that we can include in backpacks: reusable water bottles, coloring books, crayons, pens, notebooks, depending on the age. We'll talk to Patty Colvin to see what's needed. STNC won't have to provide the backpacks, but just the funding and any items that can be included in them. We'll get a table for STNC at the event where backpacks are given away. That's it.
That's it.
So it's just a matter of who wants to be at the event, right?
Yeah, event, and then, like, you know,
But
how many
okay, so
backpacks?
Sandy's saying they only really asked for 2 backpacks. So can we use the residual money to go towards other stuff for the event? Like other presents that the children are wanting?
Yeah, well, we can't use it, you know, I guess not for any gifts specifically, but, you know, a lot of them are, you know, at requesting, like, you know, warm clothes, jackets, things like that.
Clothes, jackets.
And then
I mean,
what happens is
Mhm.
we wrap them up and we bag them per child. And then on the 3rd, they come to the event, and then they get their bag of wrapped items.
Where is the event?
New Hope Church on Ora Vista.
I think you know where that is, Shauna. Yeah. So can we use it on clothes and jackets or only on backpacks, Cindy? If it says we could use residual money towards the event.
Yeah, I don't know. Wasn't this an NPG? So,
It was an
whatever,
MPG, yes.
yeah, whatever was in that for the NPG.
Oh
Yeah,
dear.
it close. Yeah, okay.
So I
closed.
think you'll have to work it out, but the big thing for this committee, I think, is getting someone from the board at least to be there.
Okay, I know for sure I can't be there because that's the Montrose Christmas parade and my kids are in it. Sorry.
Well, again, I can send out, a thing to the board asking if anybody would be available.
So you've
So-
got 6 to 9 PM. They probably don't have to stay the whole time, but I would say 6 to, the early part.
Yeah. Well, could it also be an outreach event that has coffee and tea and maybe we supply hot chocolate or
Oh,
something?
we're already providing all that. We're providing a meal,
Oh, okay.
dinner, for them. So, I mean, I don't, unless, even if for outreach for you guys, like I said, if you just even want a table there
Yeah,
and,
yeah, why not? Yeah, let's, at least
With
I could
STNC
probably
literature.
come to that one.
The other thing is do you have an agenda, Sandy, for how things are gonna go? Maybe the neighborhood council reps that are present can be there during the presentation of whatever these items are, and have
Yeah,
pictures taken to
it's
show
usually around, yeah.
the
It's usually,
involvement.
with the, yeah, the agenda, usually around 7:30, is when we, get into, speaking and.
Yeah, because they're gonna be, they probably, you said there's gonna be a meal and then you're gonna have probably some presentations. I'm just thinking of that instead of, the bringing in of a table and handouts and things like that, that maybe.
Yeah, no, we would provide you guys, what I meant by a table is like, we have, round, tables all throughout for seating, that the families all sit at. So we would have a table for STNC reps.
So maybe there could be a item that the neighborhood council, how many people do you expect?
We get 120, about 200 to 250 people.
Wow, that's great. So I was just thinking of like a table favor or something, and then that way it holds off. I mean, I'm just thinking, I don't know what everybody wants
Yeah,
to do.
no. That's great.
And then that way everybody gets something, such as, whether it's business cards or info on the neighborhood council, can be in a little envelope or something. And then it's just for everybody. Everybody gets one.
Right.
And then there's this whatever your presentations are, and some picture taking, and make a time slot. I'm just, because you've already got, they're at McGroarty for the, earlier and then
Right.
after.
Yeah, like Cheryl said, the parade's at night as well.
Right. It's a big weekend of activities. So I'm just suggesting a workaround of some kind rather than hauling a bunch of stuff. I don't know what everybody thinks about that. I'm just throwing my 2 cents in. Sorry, guys.
Well, I would love to attend. I work right there at that campus. New Hope Church is where Highlands meet, but I have a big, huge function on December 3rd. I'm singing in my chorus. And so I'm booked for the whole day. So I'm sorry, because I would love to be a part of that.
Yeah, or even just a suggestion to throw out there, if it, even if it's not that day,
Oh, yeah.
like something in the future.
Or help setting up on
like
like
we're-
the Friday before, on December 2nd, I'm actually there. I could help set up.
Oh,
Oh.
that, you know what, they set it all up for us. We just put the tablecloths on and everything on that Saturday.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to, it's just that Saturday's the day that we,
So-
decorate and set everything up.
I have a question. This is
And then we
Cheryl.
bring,
Sorry. Sandy, you were in the middle of the sentence. I'm sorry.
oh no, I wasn't. I was drinking water. Sorry.
Okay. I'm thinking instead of waiting till next school year to use the money, other than the 2 backpacks that are needed now, I mean, I would say use it because unless you have all the money raised for all these clothes and jackets.
No, we don't, because we have what we do is we spend about $125 on each kid, each child.
Oh, and it's
Some
120
families, they have
children. Mhm.
Yeah, because some families have 7 kids. Like a couple of them have where the grandparents have custody of them, and so we do that. The grandparents send us the info of what the kids need. So we have people that are out shopping for these kids now. I mean, like I said, I could also, buy a bunch of backpacks and just have them on reserve for whenever there's a need.
That just seems kind of wasteful. It seems like we should be able to come up with a better solution. I'm trying to get a hold of Lydia, see if she has any ideas. I'd hate for you to buy a bunch of backpacks that nobody wants.
I say she should buy the 2 backpacks and then use the rest for the clothes and jackets.
I don't know if that's kosher.
It said residual.
That would be residual, true.
I don't know. I'm a pragmatist. I don't know. I just like whatever's practical, do it.
Yeah, well, but we're dealing with the city. Practical has nothing to do with it.
When did
Uh,
we approve
well,
the NPG?
Correct. And in the
No.
past, just so you know, the NPGs that Patty has requested was for clothing and warm stuff for the kids in the past when she's asked for NPGs from the neighborhood councils. I think what it is more is that we want to make sure that the STNC gets their credits for donating that money, so to use it as some type of outreach for it.
Yeah. Oh, no, I mean, we'd love you to be able to use the money. It's just that we don't want to upset the city by spending it, designating it for something and then have, how it is. Sandy, you were treasurer.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
But again, I'll have, let me read the NPG specifically what it says,
Okay,
and then I can email the committee and just to make sure that it's not, and like I said, if it's specific that it is backpacks and school supplies, then that's what we're going to have to leave it at, and just maybe even if it's just like an event at like later, like say January, February, where you go to Apperson and there's 7 or 8 kids that are in need of a backpack and school supplies, and they get dropped off to them.
yeah. Okay.
I
well,
would argue that a jacket is a school supply.
Yeah. Let me read it really. Like I said, I didn't participate in any of that, and I didn't go to the meeting where it was voted on. So let me talk to Lydia.
Okay.
And if you did your one idea where you buy all the backpacks, do you even have a place to store all of them?
Yeah, we rent it. We have a little storage unit that part of the canyon lets us use.
Okay.
That's where
Okay,
we
so
store a lot of our
This
stuff
is
already.
Belinda. I'm thinking that holding it until the beginning of next year might be a better idea at this point.
well, they're still having their holiday event and we could still participate. I think that is kind of what we need to look at.
Okay.
Yeah. So for right now, I'll definitely purchase the 2 backpacks and the school supplies for those 2 children that put that on their list.
Very good.
And I can make a tag that says with the STNC on it. Maybe stick some STNC information in there. Not that the kids are going to read it, but their parents might.
Okay. Okay, and then I will put out a notice to the board about seeing if anybody could attend, but I'll volunteer to come in and help. I know you were looking for help on the 28th? Are you still looking for that
Yeah.
help?
Yeah, on the 28th we do a wrapping party, and we're going to have the people that are out shopping. If they didn't adopt a child, we have people out there shopping for them, and then they bring them to us, and then we have to wrap them and put them in the bags.
Okay,
What
and
time do you
it's
do
a
your
big-
wrapping party?
We're doing that from 6 to 9. And we're gonna use Heart of the Canyon at 9666 Foothill Place.
It's on the, this is Shauna, was that on the 28th?
November 28th.
Then if you could just send me an email with all this, I will send it out to the board also. I mean, I think I
Okay.
can, come and help you guys wrap or do whatever, but I'll send it out to
Oh,
the
that'd be
board.
great.
And then, see if anybody is available to come help.
Oh, that'd be great. Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
Sandy, do you need a lot of help wrapping?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
120
so
$120.
that's the night that my daughter's troop meets for American Heritage Girls, but I'm gonna ask if we could just have our
Oh, that's-
meeting there, and then you'll have like
Oh.
10 to 12 girls that could rap.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
I don't
They
know
can-
if
we'll-
they'll
we'll have a-
agree, but I'm gonna ask.
Right.
I'm gonna push for it, okay? And
Okay,
girls
that'd be
love to
great.
do that. They love rapping. I love to
Oh,
rap
yeah,
too.
no, that'd be wonderful. Yeah, we would have a big table for them with and we provide all the wrapping paper and everything, and then they would just wrap them, and then we give them the families, and then all those items go into a big clear bag.
This sounds like it's shaping up to be a fun time.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. I mean, yeah, just to watch it's fun. So, okay, great. I'll send that out to you by tomorrow morning.
Okay, great. Great. And we'll just see what we can do about volunteers, and Cheryl can see what she's gonna do. And yeah, we'll get something done.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay,
Thank you, guys.
for the sake of the minutes, could I have a recap on what we're going to be doing? As far as we're going to purchase two backpacks. We're going to participate in the event with an outreach table, but we might do something later on next year. What was the final?
Or through the school year, because even in May, they, who knows, and then if not, we'll just continue it, push it out until August of next year. Of 2023.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so
Great.
much.
Thanks, Sandy.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm sorry, my dogs are barking, so I've muted myself. This is Shauna. I guess we're done with making it happen. Sorry.
The only thing that my 2 cents, sorry, again, is 200 people is a pretty good number. And if there are stakeholders, then I think an opportunity to have something at their event is what we should try to achieve. But that's just my opinion.
Well, no, I mean, we should. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do, but we need to, that is a bad weekend. I mean, everything seems to be scheduled that weekend. So we're gonna have to try and reach out to the rest of the board and see if any of them will volunteer to step up. That's all we can do.
Yeah, and I'm not finding the NPG when we approved it. I'm looking. It didn't go through budget and finance like it normally does. It must have gone straight to the board.
No, it had to have gone through. It's been so long. I'll have, because I'm sharing my screen, I can't see if I can find the BAC. You guys go on with the meeting. Let me grab my other computer and see if I can find the BAC. That'll give us a hint. So you guys go on to the next one.
Okay, the next point is C, STNC Health Fair, January 20, actually 21, and not 23rd, the 21st. Is that right, Cheryl? The health fair is January 21st.
Yeah, let me double check because it's a Saturday. Yeah, whoever put the 23rd was mistaken. It's the 21st, which is a Saturday.
An update on this event.
I mean, I could speak about it because I'm also on the youth and education committee. So yeah, it's going to be at that Aurora banquet hall there on Commerce. It was going to be in the parking lot, but because of insurance reasons, they are allowing us indoors is what I last heard. So it's an event where they're pairing up with like the county and LAPD. And I feel like there's like a lot of players at hand. So they're going to teach people how to, recognize if somebody's having an overdose. And then the anecdote is the Narcan and how to administer it correctly. So people can walk away if they have enough of it, the Narcan. But yeah, they have to go in person to be trained. But anyways, so we can have an outreach table there, and Lala wants us to come up with creative ideas about what we want on our outreach table. I mean, like, obviously, if it's coloring books, you would want it to be something about being healthy and safe, probably, to kind of connect it to the event. But I don't know if you guys have any ideas. I'll be there for sure. That one I have on my calendar. It's reserved. I will be there. So if anybody else wants to pair with me on that outreach table, I would love the company.
I believe I'm on that day. Yes. I could join with you, Cheryl.
Okay, great. And then again, we need to find out, can we have coffee there? Because if we have the money available, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that and coffee and tea. And it's like, well, if we can serve people coffee, why not? But that's just my idea.
Sure. What were the hours again?
I believe it's 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. unless it changed, but that's what it was when I last
I'll
checked.
do a quick check on it too.
For a flyer?
She had a flyer, but it was a different date because originally she was going to have it March 19th, November. I'm so sorry. November 19th. And then thankfully, I'm glad they're pushing it to January because I couldn't make it November 19th anyways. And that's like in 2 days anyways. So the January 21 is a lot better to plan it.
Okay. Does anyone have comments there? Any more?
Well, I could possibly help, but I see that it says January 23rd, not January 21st.
Yeah,
STNC healthcare event.
That was a typo.
Oh, 23 is a typo? Okay.
Yeah. It should be 21.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
we can move on to the next point. D, coffee tea with STNC meetings. We kind of covered that. Do you have an update on that, Cheryl?
My only suggestion, and this is my 2 cents, is because we're so booked, you know, November and December and January, and these are all like the holiday season, I would just move it to February personally, but that's just my idea. I don't think I can go to another event on top of all these other events.
I like that idea. We could make it a love fest. The month, Valentine's.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, like if we did February 11th, Saturday, which is a few days before Valentine's. Is that what you're thinking?
Did we lose her?
Oh, I'm here. Do you hear me? I think that's, I said, yes, I like that idea. Add a little theme to it. Cheryl, are you there?
Yeah, unless the rest of you guys really want to squeeze something in December and January on top of all the other stuff we're doing.
No, I think it's better to have some big outreach event once a month, at least.
I
And so,
agree.
you know, that way, because the people who come to an event once a month, they're not going to want to go to 2 events.
And we're going to get burnt out ourselves.
Yes.
And with the holidays, it's just way too hectic. I don't think you should think about it until February.
I like,
So do you
Oh.
guys like February 11th? It's a Saturday. Or did you want to do a different day?
Do you have to decide today since it's November?
I guess not. I just like tentative, and then that way for me, I pencil it in on my calendar so I don't double book stuff.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna
Okay.
pencil it. down.
February the 11th, Saturday is a tentative day.
Right. Okay,
And I told you guys that the IHOP thing didn't go through because I went there in person, asked to speak to the manager. The manager wasn't there. So they told me to write a note, and I did. And I left my business card and my note and everything. And I never got a call back. So I don't know. I feel
No.
like IHOP is kind of a dead end.
You know, you guys, you don't have to hold it at a restaurant. What you want is a place that's gonna have just people going by. And my thought would be is perhaps set one up outside, going and check with Do It Center or something, you know, because they're usually pretty busy. Now, I haven't looked into it at all, but you know, maybe we could set up coffee and flyers outside their place. We don't have to buy, you know, you can go and you can buy it coffee from the places in Sunland or Tahunga and hold it someplace else besides a restaurant. It does not have to be a, you know, an eatery or whatever. So
No,
that's
that's a good idea. That's a good idea because Do It Center has held events outside their store before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sales, all kinds of stuff, you know, to help the community. So they might be open, they'd be open to that.
I'm going to
Okay.
pencil that in. Do It Center. I like that idea.
all right. Can we move on?
Well, yeah, let's go back to the backpack event. Basically, it was back in August that the board approved it, and it was for up to, where'd I go again? Approve up to $1,500 to sponsor making it happen. Back to school backpack drive. So that's, to me, is more summer fall than, but you know, with all the shutdowns and everything, I guess they're off. So, but I don't know if we can spend the money on other things, although it just says a backpack drive. It doesn't say purchase backpacks specifically. So I think I better talk to Lydia about it, or
Okay.
Ed, and see. But yeah, that's what the motion was.
Okay. We can move on to E, region reps outreach meetings. Region reps, okay. Do we have any region reps? Belinda, Cheryl?
I'm region 4 and I came up with an idea today that I thought of. So it's really a fresh idea. Do you guys want to hear it?
Yes.
Okay. So, whenever Easter is, I'm assuming it's in April. I should have looked up the date, but I was thinking before or near that time to have an Easter egg hunt at McGrorty Park, because it's in Region 4. It's really clean, well, cleaner than the other parks in Tonga. Like, the oak trees and there's some grass area. Like, it'd be fun to bring out families to that park. And I think having an Easter egg hunt might bring more people. And then we could have an outreach table. And then also, I think that's around election time, right? So then we could give out election materials. Like if somebody wanted to run to be on the board, I forget when the dates are, like the deadlines, but I think it's still before then. But I was thinking of doing it on whatever the Thursday is before Easter. Oh, unless people are out of town. Maybe that's not smart. Maybe 2 Thursdays before Easter. And Thursday after school, because, well, there's already like a large group of kids that go to McGrorty Park on Thursdays. So then like, at least we know we'd have like that, like starting with like a somewhat good amount of families, and then we advertise it to bring even more.
like
I don't
that.
know.
So Easter, April 9th, if you wanted it 2 weeks before, if you wanted it on a Thursday, did you say, Cheryl?
Yeah, so that would be March 30th, I think, right?
I like that
Hey,
idea.
see, now we're getting our once a month thing going here. Okay, March 30th. I don't know. What do you think, Belinda, since you're with Region 4 with me?
Okay, the only thing that would hinder us would be if someone Tahunga was having an Easter egg hunt, which they usually do every year.
But they're
And
not going to have it on a Thursday.
it would be at the Sunland Park. So yeah,
And they would always do it like on a Saturday, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
It could be Easter.
Collecting the school that kind of on Thursday.
Yeah, it'd be after school. So like 3:30 or maybe 4. 4 would be better to give them more time. Or they
Yeah.
can start showing up before then, but then we don't like start the Easter egg hunt until 4. And then they still have time to get home for dinner and homework and whatnot.
We also could send it to like a relay race with Easter eggs. If you didn't want to have the hunt, you could just do some different types of games where they use hard-boiled eggs.
Right.
So it doesn't have to be called an Easter egg activity or hunt. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming with you.
Well, they could
Yeah,
also-
true, because we have all this stuff about, not every person celebrates Easter or something like that. Another thing we'll have to think about is, I don't know if we can do hard-boiled eggs. That would be something you'd have to look into, because, the city and liability and who's gonna cook them. And so you might just do, get the plastic ones and fill them with, I don't know, candy or something. Then you'd have to have
candy and
finance.
candy and crayons or little things for kids.
Yeah,
I don't-
exactly. So
Yeah,
you'd
yeah.
have to look at financing that.
Right.
Yeah, those plastic eggs would be perfect. The dollar store that you can get, a good dozen for $1.
Nice.
Well, there's that other problem of branding now. Yeah, that is something else that it's on your agenda to discuss. So anyway, the branding of items, everything you guys give away should somehow promote the STNC. So like the eggs could, I don't know if we could even do that. Put stickers on them, labels on them that says STNC. I don't know how far we have to go on that. But
Does Monica have to brand all her Easter eggs?
I have no idea.
Sorry to
I-
be
Yeah,
like that, but
I know.
well, I feel like if we have an outreach table and we have all our other stuff, the Post-it notes, the pens, the water bottles, the tote bags, all the stuff from storage that we have that is branded with STNC. I mean, the kids could put the Easter eggs in those tote bags and then there's your STNC logo,
Yeah. So,
right?
So yeah. So yeah, there's always a way around. We just have to figure it out. We just got to make sure we play by their rules. And 'cause there's a lot of, they worry about us poisoning somebody or something, that's why the board used to be able to like cook hot dogs and things. A few years ago at National Night Out, board members cooked hamburgers or something for the National Night Out. Well, now we can't do that. So it just, the rules are always changing. We just have to pay attention to that kind of stuff. But
The candy is pre-packaged, just like when,
exactly.
yeah. 2
Exactly.
Halloweens ago, we gave out candy at the New Hope drive-through trunk or treat. We
Yeah.
did that. We had items to give to the adults, but we also gave out candy to the
Yeah,
kids.
no, exactly. It's just that, like Easter eggs, somebody said, hard-boiled eggs. I don't think we'd be able to do that. That's all.
No. Yeah, we'd have to do the plastic eggs with
Yeah.
packaged candy inside. So when you've done outreach events in your particular regions, I know you've done it before, Carol, how much money is normal to ask?
Now I can't even remember. I think I had like probably $150 or $200 for my event, but I did mailers for the like a 500-foot radius around. I had at McGroarty Park and I did mailers, and I supplied coffee and donuts, and a lot of the board showed up. I think there were more board members than people that actually walked by. We did in McGroarty, but so that's been a couple of years, but that's what I did. And
I think if I had $200, I could get enough eggs and candy and then maybe some printing to just put on doorsteps of at least somewhat close to McGroarty Park. I mean, obviously I can't get all of Region 4. That would take me forever. But like I could at least do like the near vicinity, and then I would just advertise on Facebook.
well, yeah, and plus, if we did it in Sunland Park's in Region 1. So you could be a joint region outreach. I mean, really.
Good idea.
Well, I want it at McGroarty Park.
At McGroarty. I don't know why I thought you said Sunland. Okay. Oh, okay. No,
There's no homeless there.
yeah. Yeah, okay.
It's a lot more serene. It's beautiful there.
Yeah, so, but I think your best bet is just from my experience, you're gonna have to do some outreach into the neighborhood. It's a nice little park, and it was a nice day, but you only get the locals. So you really want to reach out, I think, a little further, make it a real event. I don't know, somehow to do that.
I think we could hit all the all the grade schools. There's Pinewood up there, and because we're really supposed to be for the whole area. So
I think it's just Apperson in Region 4.
Apperson
Yeah.
in Region 4. Oh, Apperson
Yeah.
is in Region 4, but McGroarty isn't Region 4.
Yes, yes, it is.
Yes.
McGroarty Park?
Yeah.
Yep.
Everything
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, I'm
On this-
sorry.
Everything on this side between Foothill and the freeway, all the way down is us.
I'm dyslexic. I'm thinking somewhere else.
Yeah, we could make flyers, and I mean, I know Principal Chavez. I know the staff, if they're still the same at Apperson. I could go there and drop off flyers if they want to give it to the students.
Well, very good.
So do I make a motion to fund? Is 200 enough, or do I need to
You
go
know
a
what?
little bit higher?
You might want to look into it a little bit more because you're talking about April, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So you're going to have more meetings between now and then. So
Okay,
you
we can
might
wait.
want to look into it a little bit more. And maybe the next meeting, come and say, I think we'll need about this much money, and then you'll know what to ask for.
Agreed.
All right. Are there any other representatives in this meeting that can give us an update? I don't think so, right? KT is not here. Claire?
You know, Lenny's been real quiet, but Lenny's here. Yo dude is here. So he's been real quiet. So you need to make sure he gets counted in your
haven't-
roll call.
Lenny, are you there?
He's muted.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Hi,
having
Lenny.
having a muting problem here. Sorry.
That's all right.
We're just wondering if there's an update you want to give us on some of the activities that might be planned for Region 1.
I have no activities as of this date. We are currently enhancing the trees in the area, and we will. We had a 2-week hiatus, but we will be beginning on Sunday again.
Great.
Other than that, the parks are relatively clean compared to last year.
Good to hear.
And that is all.
Okay. All right. Other, do we have any other outreach events that we need to talk about? We can move on to number 5, if not. Number 5, replenish outreach items, giveaways, printed items, volunteer to research items and costs.
I'd like to speak to that.
Okay.
So I know we're getting low on certain things. I mean, Cheryl's got a better idea of what that is, but Karen got a lot of flack from the community for spending what, $800 on shipping. Now that was probably totally reasonable the way things are going, but what it would probably be preferable is if someone in your group could go and look in the community. Now, everything, like I said, everything the board gives out is supposed to be branded. So you just can't go to the dollar store and pick up pencils. You have to be able to have them branded with our STNC logo. See, this is what the community doesn't understand. This is why they were so upset. You could have gone to the dollar store. No, we could not. So, but we need somebody that can look into it, see if there's stuff in this community that we could buy somewhere, and then be able to go to the board to ask for more money to replenish whatever item. So I think Lydia has the thing for the coloring books, and I think I even found some, and Lenny put them in the locker. But rather than just ask for more money to buy items, to have somebody that can do a little research and then be able to go to the board and say, okay, I looked, I know we have to have it branded, and this is what we're gonna have to do. So they just, kind of pull the rug out of these people that are saying we can go to the dollar store. We can't go to the dollar. So
Can we ask for, can we put any additional advertising on our items from people who want to donate items to us and advertise their Sunland Tonga store?
We don't take donations, the city.
Hmm.
So, no, we can't take donations.
So
Um,
let's say they sell us items with their advertising on it, and we can put we can put STNC as the sponsor of the item.
I'd have to check with that, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a no. That we don't advertise other groups. We only advertise the STNC. So
Okay.
it's like, if you had an event at Little Landers or whatever, they put their branding on stuff. That's one thing, but not for them to give us money to give out at another event that has their branding on it. No, I'm pretty darn certain, and I don't know where Cindy is to speak up on this, but no, I'm as certain as I could be.
Okay.
We have to have our own branding. Everything has to be branded. So anyway,
Okay.
On the same lines, I have a question. Do we have any kind of like roll of stickers that have our STNC logo on it so that we could put that on, not a pencil, but something at the dollar store? So it's branded, but it's not done officially.
funny you should ask. Yes, we do.
We do have that.
We do have that. Now, I don't know if there are limits on it or what, if we can just, like maybe you could buy a bunch of pencils and, sit there and put the labels on them. The labels are about 2 by 3 inches or something like that. They're fairly decent size. I think.
Yeah, so
they're-
those labels would be too big for a pencil. I've seen them in the storage unit.
Okay, but it is something, I would think it'd be something you could consider, but like I said, I am not the money expert. But everything we have to send out has to be branded by the STNC, has our name on it. So if you guys can figure that out, like the coloring books, those coloring books, somebody had to sit there and put all those stickers on, Cheryl. They've all got the STNC, somebody put all those stickers on them.
I thought I heard from Lydia or someone saying that that was actually the wrong thing to do, that from now on, we have to, when we order it, it has to be branded on there. Like you can't affix a sticker to it. I thought somebody had said that.
Well, like I said, I am not the expert on this, but I do know we have stickers, and if we can affix something, I don't see why not. But this is what I mean. We have to be real careful about the way that money's spent, like the backpack event. We just can't give them the money to spend on other things. So anyway, but so I'll see what I can follow up on about it. But if you could have somebody that starts, I mean, Cheryl, you pretty much have a list of what you think would need for the giveaways, and say, well, we could use 100 more of the little balls. Those seem to be real popular. Well, then maybe whoever is in charge of that could look around and see if anywhere in this community somebody could get those and brand them for us. Am I making sense?
Yeah, and if you guys remember, we did vote that it has to be within state, right? Or was it within county?
Well, they want it with these people they want it within the community. We can technically, the city, we're supposed to buy from city vendors, but it's preferable that the city has vendors lined up, but I don't think Karen got them all from city vendors. Like, I don't think promo for less or whatever. I don't think that's a city thing, but they have to be listed with the city that we can buy from them. So if they're not listed with the city, I don't know if we can buy from them. That's another thing you have to check. I mean, it's a lot of work. So, but the thing is, this community, they want to, they say, oh, you have to buy within the community. Well, if it's not available, we can't buy it within the community.
I have a question.
Huh.
Who was the VP outreach chair the previous board?
It was Nina.
Oh, so Nina would know how she ordered items.
I don't know. I don't know because I got to tell you that, I don't think we were doing much. And then, we kind of were seated in, I don't know, like June or July. I did have an outreach in October, and then of course things kind of slowed down for the winter. And then I was starting to ramp up again, and that's when they closed everything down. So I know Nina got t-shirts, she was working on t-shirts, but yeah, she'd be a good one to ask. But we didn't do a lot because they closed everything down.
Okay, thank you for all your comments. No, I appreciate it.
I know, it's just very complicated, and it's
Yeah.
you know, you have to walk this fine line with the city, the way they're telling you how to spend money, and then the community has their ideas how they think you should spend the money. And
Well,
that's not, yeah, that's not, yeah, that's, so it's a very fine line. It is, it's, so, anyway.
it's complicated.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
All right. Are we ready to move on to number 6? Discussion, action, election outreach, and budget projections. What events should we have to promote elections?
And that is Cindy's thing, and I don't see her anymore. Let me text her and ask her where
Yeah.
she went.
Okay, and also, while you're texting her, she did have me sit in on a virtual meeting last week, I think it was. And I learned a little bit about this 4-part election series. It's called The Life Cycle of Engagement. And I'm glad I sat in on it, because I found out at this point in time, we're supposed to be promoting awareness of not just the elections, but promoting awareness of our neighborhood council. So I'm focusing on this, and I hope to be trained.
So I'm trying to get a hold of Cindy, and I see I've got a message from her. I have to go. Maybe you can let me know the election topics. Now, she's the one that put this on the agenda, so it's like, you know the topics.
Well, I know there's a couple topics we were going to talk about if she were here. The light pole banners. I happen to see 2 of them. It's the Sunland Tahunga Neighborhood Council banners. And I was very impressed. They're beautiful. I saw 2 of them on my way home, I don't know, this last week, on the south side of the street on Foothill. And I thought we should have more of them. I was just really impressed. And Cindy said something like, the county does not want us to put more because other organizations want to use some of those light poles as well. So
Monica Rodriguez is saying that.
yeah, maybe it was Monica.
So,
Monica, what do you know?
Yeah, it's a holdup. We have approximately 20 already up, but some of them have fallen down, broken, whatever, torn. So the board paid for more and then paid for an additional 10 to put them up. So that would be a total of 30. Well,
Right.
Monica's office, they won't approve it. They installing. And finally they tell Cindy that, oh, other communities might want to put up banners. Although, like, for what? This is our community. Pacoima is going to put up banners in our community? What? But anyway, so we're looking at 30 banners. There are 90 or 99 light poles. So anyway, this is just something, it's she took it to the beautification committee because they did help with the design of the banners. So there's really nothing you guys can do. It's just awareness. Yeah.
Awareness. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I was glad to know. She did fill me in a little bit. I was also
the elections, you guys, the outreach committee is going to be responsible for the elections. Now, last time, it seems to me the board spent something like $15,000 on elections, but we bought banners, we did mailers, but we still have the banners. We also have recordings in Spanish, and I think maybe in Armenian, I'm not sure, that people could call in and get instructions on how to fill out a ballot thing. And the city's saying they're making it so much easier. So for me, we just have to decide when we're gonna start putting this stuff out. Now, I think it opens for candidate filing in February. So I don't know how much more before January you guys need to be doing.
I was told we weren't supposed to do too much before February, just raise awareness that there are neighborhood councils and to look into them. And then in February, we could be more specific about our elections.
So, I mean, basically the outreach, I mean, I don't see why you guys, when you do your outreach, we couldn't put in something about elections are coming up and we'd love for you to run,
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. They just mentioned in this meeting that you don't want to tell them too soon because our elections, I believe, aren't till June.
Yeah, I think so.
So you could mention it, plant seeds here and there, but I was told that wasn't the focus for this next like 3 months. We're supposed to promote awareness. And then we'll focus on the elections. But it won't hurt. I don't think it wouldn't hurt at all if you start to
Well,
promote the elections now.
During this midterm elections, I did hear some elected official, and I wish I could remember who it was, mention to people get involved in your neighborhood councils, get involved in your communities. And I thought, wow, that was great.
That was, yeah.
And
Yes, I heard.
I was so impressed with that. And I thought, okay, we should be doing that periodically,
Yes.
whatever meetings.
Yes.
Okay, we do have neighborhood council meetings, get involved in your
That's right.
community.
Yeah, people need to know that they exist. And
Right.
it's an easy way to get involved right here locally.
And what we all should be doing is, for those of us who have our business cards, I know some of you still need to get it if you're new to the board, but I carry those in my wallet and I'm constantly like, if I'm like today, I met a mom at McGrory Park and, we started talking and then I gave her my business card. So she kind of had heard of neighborhood council, but didn't really know. And now it's like she has the logo, she has my name if she ever has questions. I think it
that's
has
perfect.
the stnc.org on there. And then the back of the card has the 311 information too. So it's just all of us should kind of be in the habit of having that in our purse or wallet. And then we just meet people if it's at the grocery store, whatever, if you're comfortable giving, your info out.
No, that's a great idea. Thank you, Cheryl. Where can I get those business cards?
Is it Cindy, Carol?
Well, usually Cindy makes the arrangements or she helps with them, but she usually doesn't print them. But we can ask because there should be funds left for things like business cards. Who is that? Belinda?
That was Shauna.
Shauna. Oh, Shauna.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to get you cards and I don't know where to get them. So
And
I'll ask.
Mike and Sherry are new to the board too. And now the other board members, if they didn't get it yet, I think it is at Cindy's shop. It might be at the bottom of, not that she printed them, but she's holding it there as like a place to get it. There's that box of the red t-shirts, right? That I think some of you got, but I think at the bottom might be the business cards is what somebody had told me.
Oh, okay.
But yours is, but since you guys are new, you might not have it ordered yet. If you could contact Cindy directly,
Yeah.
that would be best.
I'll do that.
Thanks.
All
You too,
right.
Sherry, if Sherry's still on the phone.
Okay.
Think so.
Are there any general public comments?
Okay, this is Carol. Come Sunday, the Elks Club is having a potluck from 4 to, I don't know, probably until people go home, but starting at 4. And the club is supplying turkey and mashed potatoes, gravy, and then asking people to bring side dishes. And I'm making a few side dishes. And it's just open to all. If you can bring something, but there's usually plenty enough food. And yeah, it's just a nice thing to do. And like some people, some people have nowhere to go. And it's just
Right.
nice that it gives people somewhere to go. So anyway, that's Sunday at 4. I'm cooking 3 turkeys and a ham.
Wow, good for you.
Oh, yeah.
And is there a flyer for that?
I have it, don't have it right on me. I don't know if I can use, yeah, I'll see what I can do about getting you one, but yeah, it's just a potluck. It's open and free to everybody.
Okay, that's great. Does anyone else have a comment, a general comment?
And I think the American Legion is also having a event the day before, but that would be Cindy, and I don't know much about it, but they're having something also. Very heavily veteran oriented for our
Oh,
veterans.
okay.
Okay,
Hey, Carol?
yeah,
Yeah, can you post that on the conservative Facebook page? Or any other Facebook pages that you see fit? Not
I'll
just
see
that
what
one.
I'll see what I can do, Ed.
All right, I'm not Ed, this is Lenny.
I'm sorry, Lydia just sent me something wanting about, Ed is asking about an invoice for the backpack event.
Oh, that's okay. People
Oh.
call me,
Ed,
people
yo,
call me Larry half the time.
hey, Larry, okay. All right, that's it for me.
Okay. Are we supposed to set up a date for our next meeting, our next outreach meeting at this meeting? Do we usually do that?
You can, I mean, if you decide not to have a meeting next month, you can set up a date in January. I mean, when's you're usually the third Thursday of the month, right?
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
that
how
would
does-
be December 15th. Now, we already voted not to meet December 14th for our general
No.
board meeting.
Okay,
I
all
said
right.
January.
So she
Oh, I'm
was,
sorry.
yes. All right. So should we set something up for January right now?
You can,
Okay,
so it would be whatever the third
the third, one,
the
two,
third Thursday of the month at your usual meeting time, so it'd be January, I don't know,
Nine-
Cheryl.
19th. It's January
19th.
19th.
That's
Yeah.
perfect because then 2 days later is that fentanyl Narcan thing.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Okay, I put that down. January 19th will be our next STNC outreach committee meeting. All right. I can adjourn this meeting. Is that correct? Have we finished everything on our agenda?
I believe so. I mean, it says closing comments, future agenda items, and acknowledgement. Well, I think the future agenda item right now would be the health fair, but yeah. You guys did
right.
good.
All right, well, thank you so much. I look forward to meeting you all, and I so appreciate working with all of you, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'd like to adjourn this meeting. It's 8:22 p.m.
All right, very good.
Thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Right.
Bye.